all about overcoming procrastination in 7 steps. So you can click the link down below there if you are viewing in the slideshare version of this presentation. If you're viewing in YouTube or on the blog, I would also leave the link down there for this original blog on Regis Connect, and it was a guest post by me which appeared today. So overcoming procrastination in 7 steps. Only put off tomorrow what you're willing to die having left undone. Mr. Picasso there. So procrastination, if you're like me and you've ever felt really compelled to water the plants, hang the washing out, clean your shoes, hoover, whatever, it can be really hard if you're working as a freelancer or a self-employed person working from home on your own. Procrastination can really take a hold. So if you're wanting to start the new year really productive, focused and intent on getting shit done, here are 7 steps to help overcome procrastination. So my number 1 step is work somewhere else. This is something which really helps me. So working in a dedicated workspace takes away the distractions which can help encourage procrastination. So if, like me, you have a tendency to veer away from your task list at home, then just finding time to work in a space that encourages workflow and concentration can really help. Now, there's a Regis Business Lounge, which I actually work in just down the road from me here in Cambridge, which are really good for freelancers and self-employed entrepreneurs to just work in an office environment where everything else is just focused really to get you to sit and think and work. I also love to work in some great sort of co-working spaces, and also some fantastic sort of cafes like Hot Numbers in Cambridge, and also some other places where you can just sit, plug in, enjoy the buzz. And it kind of depends on what kind of work I'm working on, whether I need silence or enjoy some buzz around me to get creative. But working somewhere else can just help stop that procrastination if you suffer from it too. Another great tip is to break tasks into chunks. And this is something which I talk about a lot on the free e-course, which you can grab from my website, dexterousdivas.co.uk. And we talk a lot about productivity and staying creative as an online sort of content writer and a business person. And you know, as I say here, with the best will in the world, there will always be some jobs and tasks that you find difficult or that you dread the most. For me, that's without a doubt sort of getting to grips with my taxes and sitting down with my VAT receipts or something like that. So whatever it is for you, whether it's writing your ebook or writing a presentation or getting your blog post done, if something feels daunting, are you likely to avoid it? So you can tackle that by dividing your chunky work into 15-minute slices. So set an alarm on your smartphone and just say to yourself that you're going to deal with that work for just 15 minutes at a time, and believe me, you can do it. So then just take a break, stretch your legs, or do something else before coming back to it, and you soon realise that you've been slicing away at that work that you're procrastinating on. My next tip is to do less. Yep, I'm saying that being productive is totally different to being busy, and we can really easily confuse the two. So it can be really counterproductive to try and tackle a huge to-do list when tasks can be prioritised in different order. And I'm a real sucker for this one. I can make myself huge to-do lists when really I don't have to do it all today. So take a step back. Ask yourself if your expectations for a working day are reasonable. Far better to have 2 or 3 key tasks to achieve, which you can complete with a real sense of satisfaction, than to have a massive, insurmountable list that's going to overwhelm you and send you off to do anything else. Get some exercise. So when time is tight and you're feeling panicked and you're on a deadline, staying active can be one of the first things to go. So if you stay active and healthy, it can really help your productivity and your focus. So see exercise as something that's essential to your working day, not something which can be left and cut out. So even if you just walk for 30 minutes every day, take do as they always say, which is get off at the bus stop, sort of 1 or 2 before yours and walk. Then you'll find your mind focuses better, ideas come to mind more easily, and stress levels can be more easily controlled. Staying organised is a brilliant tool against procrastination. So keeping your thoughts, research and task lists in order can really help to avoid overload and procrastination. Evernote is an excellent tool which I use all the time. It is my second brain, if not my first brain, and you can read all about how I use Evernote on the blog, and there's also a link to my How I Use Evernote slideshare as well, which I will pop below. So if you find an app and workflow that works for you, then you can reap the benefits of a clearer mind, fewer distractions for your productivity, and less opportunity to procrastinate. No email and social media. Okay, some, but you have to step away from it from time to time. There is just so much online through social, newswires, blogs, emails, messengers, blah, 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 blah. It just stops us in our tracks from being productive. So if you can reduce the number of times in a day that you check your email to avoid getting distracted, set aside dedicated social media time to allow yourself to explore the links and news articles as they arise. This will really help. I set up a workflow system that smartly files my research so you can read anything important later, and I talk about if this then that a lot on my blog. Check it out, dextersteva.co.uk, to help you stay streamlined, focused and in control of your information influx. My next tip: find your zone, stay in it and working it. So finding your zone is a key skill in developing good working habits, and this is something which, again, in my free e-course, Idea Generation and Creativity for Bloggers, I talk about. So find whichever type of music helps you work, whatever environment inspires you, what food gets your brain neurons sparking. For me, I use bananas, which really help me think, and I either have to use a nice cup of tea, lovely fresh ground coffee or some water, and I intended to stick on some music which really helps get me in the zone. So if you can replicate that scenario, if you can find what works for you, then you know how to push those buttons to get yourself working and productive. Okay, so for more tips on workflow, tips, tricks and hacks to stay productive and creative, visit my website, dextersteva.co.uk, and also for my free e-course, take a little click, and I hope to see you in there. Thanks again for Regis Connect for helping me, for letting me guest post on their blog with this post here, which I've just turned into a slideshare and a YouTube. And do hop over to the Regis Connect Tumblr blog, which has some excellent advice and tips for freelancing and work. So thanks for joining me. Come and say hi on Twitter at DexDeva, and I'll see you next time. Bye.